All right. Good morning, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Monday, December 23rd, 2019. It's 7:38 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. And yep, the Lambo's doing donuts in Saks Fifth Avenue parking lot. All right, so green day on the market. Bitcoin up 5% last 24 hours, coming in at 7,557. Ethereum up is 2.4%, and Litecoin is up 5.4%. XRP continues to cruise up. It's at 1.8% up, coming in at 19 cents. So, nice green market. Bitcoin has been pumping, and of course, that has crushed a few alts, but it seems like the market's got a nice split between green and red. So, this is a nice pump, and it's happening just right to not completely destroy the alts. Not that they wouldn't catch up eventually. So, Dow Jones Industrial Average today, markets open, and we are starting with a green candle, and of course, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is looking powerful. S&P is looking powerful, but we closed Friday on a red candle, and we're opening Monday on a red candle. Still, powerful trend. Russell 2000 index, the little guys, big red candle today, but MACD is still positive. So in general, U.S. market is looking strong. Last 24 hours. Tether in the Bitcoin at 2.5 billion. That is quite a lot. That is great. Tether into Bitcoin as we hit Monday. And over a billion. Whenever we're over a billion into Ethereum, it's always a good day for Ethereum. So Tether into Ethereum, 1.06 billion. That is pretty darn rockin'. All right, Masari IO. They're tough, they're ruthless, but they are fair. So the market cap from them is 137 billion. The real volume last 24 hours across the top 10 exchanges is 430 million. That is great. 300 million is a mediocre day. 500 million is where a good day starts. So we're almost there. Definitely got some tether hitting Bitcoin, and we definitely got some volume this morning. All right. When we total the Bitfinex, BitMEX, and Binance for shorts versus longs, we've got 70% longs and 29% shorts. Or almost 30% shorts, really. What I note about this is the first time I've seen this in a while. We've got Bitfinex, BitMEX, and Binance all positive on shorts. In Binance, they are the grumpy pantses in the market. So, sentiment must be pretty darn amazing. Blockchain Whispers has sentiment listed as positive. Well, I would say if Binance is positive on longs, it is really ultra happy dance positive. Bitcoin dominance, 70%, so 70.51%. All right, total altcoin market cap is 57 billion. Now, looking at Bitcoin, we've been in this downward channel for days and days and days, and I've heard this called the heart line here, or the mid channel, doesn't matter what you call it. Basically, this is where you can see sort of a smaller channel, some support and resistance that we have within this larger channel. And we definitely did yesterday break above that. Very, very easy to see. That is a good sign. Now we're going to go up and up and up, or go up and then come down and bounce off it and use it as resistance, or go back under it. The week is young and the day is young. We shall see. But it is an incredibly good sign to have broken across this mid-section of the channel that was offering resistance. All right, let's look at a 2-hour chart for immediate price action. We all know that Bitcoin's on the move. And on a 2-hour chart for immediate price action, definitely, as you can see, we broke above the 200 moving average. That's this white line. We broke above the 200 moving average, and now we are sideways for a bit after doing that, after climbing. I will note that on a 2-hour chart, our MACD is beginning to close. The MACD, the blue line, is heading towards the red line, the signal. Histogram is closing, as you can see, so at least immediately, I think we are sideways, and maybe we'll see a bit of a retrace. I have to admit, not to be a doomsayer, but I am kind of expecting a bit of a retrace at some point after this pump, because we had a beautiful pump, now we're sideways. Hey, you know, it very well could turn into, I know this is a very short time frame, but we could be looking at a Bart Simpson pattern that forms here, and we go back down. Who knows? We're gonna have to play it out. Looking at the wave trend oscillator from Lazy Bear, the green line here is the wave trend oscillator, and the red dotted is the signal. So we are now, just like the MACD, the wave trend oscillator is below the signal, so it is negative. We're definitely incredibly overbought here on this indicator, and now we're turning negative as we are beginning to turn down on the MACD on the 2 hour. So do we have a retrace coming, or more pumping, or more sideways? Well, definitely the pump, at least on the short time frame, is beginning to weaken or at least go sideways. On the 4 hour, looking at the 200 moving average, we broke above it and we are above it. Now we're sideways. Also on the 4 hour, looking at the MACD on the 4 hour, histogram is just beginning to close to turn. Well, it's still, MACD is very positive on the 4 hour, but maybe looking at this histogram, it is beginning to go sideways, is beginning to possibly close that gap where the blue goes back onto the red. We shall see. We are in uncharted territory. So Bitcoin pump and now sideways on the 4 hour. This red line here is the 8 moving average. Whenever you get too far from it, you tend to get pulled back to it. So we shall see. Sorry, I don't have anything definitive for you, but we don't know what's going to happen next. All we really know is what's happening on the daily. One thing to remember, yes, we definitely are. You can see in the daily making a move up, but this is the 50 moving average. We're below that. This is 21 weekly EMA. We are below that, and this is the 200 moving average. So we are still below all important moving averages, although on the daily, the MACD is very, very positive, and the wave trend oscillator is also very, very positive. Although, if we look at the 4 hour, like I say, the MACD is beginning to show signs of closing, of losing steam, and the wave trend oscillator is already there. We're just about to make a crossover. We're in oversold territory, and we're about to have the wave trend oscillator cross under the signal again. So we've got quite a pump. Now it's time for sideways or retrace. And you can see that also, of course, here on the immediate action, the 2 hour chart. Nice pump and sideways. MACD is definitely moving towards closing here on the 2 hour and turning negative. Wave trend oscillator already there. It tends to react a bit quicker, a bit more of a fine-tuned indicator than the MACD. With all of that said, it's a great day. We're probably going to find new support. You can look at the wave trend oscillator here, not wave trend oscillator, the VPVR, looking at buy sell volume. We definitely created some buy sell volume around 71, 7200, got support and resistance there in the chart, and now we're moving up towards where we have buy sell volume in the VPVR and also previous support and resistance in the chart. So really, when I look at the chart this way with the VPVR, I really see magnetism. You know, wherever you're at, you could almost like call this magnetism, and then look at your price action and realize it's going to move towards the strongest magnet. So the 8K magnet of buy sell volume definitely is greater than the one we've been sitting at around 71, 7200. So we are trending towards that now. If we can get to 800, and there's a lot of ways you can look at this in the chart, but basically, to me, looking at it in a profoundly simplistic way, we got lots of buy sell volume at 8,000 and previous support and resistance in the chart. If we can get up to that 8,000 range and make that support, it's very possible we could start hanging out up there. So we shall see. But between now, where we're at now, at 7570 and 8,000, looking at the chart in more granular ways, there are lots of bits of resistance we'll have to get past. But still, zooming out here on the daily, boom, very easy to see that 8,000 magnetism from the VPVR could easily just pull us right there. And hopefully, with the volume we're seeing coming in and the positive trend, the couple percent points that Bitcoin is up, we'll end up heading towards this 8,000 rather than this 5,000 because there's plenty of magnetism down there. So, that said, once again, let's look at the I haven't looked at it for a while now, but the whale buy sell indicator, which is popular. A lot of people do check it out, especially in the daily for Bitcoin. So we're still in a sell mode. It hasn't gone buy yet. So I'll let you know when it does because it's an interesting indicator. I look at it for fun, but it's one of those things that just a lot of traders look at because, well, it's fun. And when it says buy, a lot of people are going to buy in. So it's worth watching. It's the same as the MACD on the daily. People do swing in and out. So let me get to the daily chart. People do swing in and out on the MACD on the daily chart quite a lot for Bitcoin. So as you can see, the daily is just rocking positive. That is a good sign. So anyway, about the 2 hour chart, as we can see, is showing the MACD starting to move in a negative direction, and now we're sideways. So one thing I do know is here on the 4-hour chart, if we can actually keep this sideways, come back and retrace and bounce off this 200 moving average at 7,300 around, then start moving up, that would be great. I'd like to see Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart test this 200 moving average and make that support now and keep going. So not financial advice, but that's kind of something I'm watching for, is a retrace and then a move up. So it'd be great if the 200 moving average could become support. That would be rocking on the 4-hour, and I think be a very, very positive sign. Anyway, let's hope that this whale buy indicator says buy soon. And if you want to know how it works, it's one of the nice things. It is an indicator on TradingView. I do link to it in the show notes. You can always look at the pine that creates it, and you can see why and how it does sells and buys. It is remarkably interesting to watch, if nothing else. As always, obstacles can't stop you, weather can't stop you, heartbreak can't stop you, failure can't stop you, only you can stop you. Yo, warrior, keep at it. Maybe we're going to have a good Christmas week here via Bitcoin, even if it just finds support now and goes sideways. That would be a positive thing. A higher support would be cool. Hey, Bitcoin's a peaceful revolution. You guys are warriors. These guys are warriors. Keep at it. I'll see you tomorrow. I have been a member of blockchain education for over 2 years, and it has been a huge factor in my success as a crypto trader. Click on the link in the description, and you will be attached to an amazing fat discount that will not last forever, that discount. Really, the platform is growing quite quickly, and get the discount while you can. Get that locked in. With that said, watch this infomercial, and you will learn a lot about blockchain education. Once you sign up, you can watch hours of video on the blockchain education method. You can sit back, chill, and learn a method that absolutely works. And with that said, it isn't like it's a couple of videos that are years old. No, new videos are constantly being made as the community asks for more knowledge. So new questions there. Jonathan Regan, he's in the chat constantly, along with other amazing traders. And the content, the educational content, keeps growing. So recently we had a membership update, but also we have a video on the 200 moving average. He really zoomed in on it. Like, here's some info. He helped us get even better at using the 200 moving average in different time frames, and also the Dirty 30 scanner. I can't tell you about that because, well, sorry, but you got to join. But if you do implement that in TradingView, you're going to be able to zero in on coins that are about to rock, as you can see right here. Now, with that said, you can watch a video. It's linked in the show notes. It's basically become a successful trader, discover the 5 pillars to success. But basically, their education, methodology, discovery, support, and automation. One of the most important things really is support. You need to have a crew to trade with. And so once you become part of the blockchain education family, you've got a 24-hour chat, and you are hanging out with people who actually really care about your success. And everybody's chatting, and we're comparing charts, and there's always experts in there to really help. But it's not always an expert that can help. You're going to find yourself helping others. You're going to be an expert before you know it. So I hope you sign up. Look, these are some recent calls. These are a couple days old, so I'm not showing anybody anything that just happened. But look at that. These are gains. And if you want it, you could have been auto-entered into these, or you could have entered into them manually. Now, we also have a weekly newsletter that shows all the wins, all the gains. So basically, look at that. The last couple weeks, we've had these are the average gains. Boom, I don't want to show you too much. This is for members only. But top 10 performers for the week. Boom. These are all calls that everybody was in, who chose to be in. Either manually entered or they were auto-entered in the hybrid system. So hey, look, blockchain education, let's make money. Let's build something great together. I hope to see you there. I'm Cowboy Craig in the chat.